Mic check 1 2 1 2. We're good. We're on. Welcome to another episode of Bull City Bravest podcast. I'm your host with the mostest, Tim McCoy, and today I have a friend that is near and dear with me, the legendary, the one and only Bryan Leroy Perry. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. How about you, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. It's a pleasure to have you. This man has had a lot of years and experience within the emergency medical field, public safety, different agencies. So we're gonna dive into that. But before we do, Patrick, how you doing, my friend?
I am doing terrific. I've got my coffee. I've got my Diet Coke. Can't do without both in the morning. And I've been promised a good episode. I've been promised a lot of good stories. So let's get into it, Bryan and Tim. Let's hear it.
You're over there double fisting it, man. Guys. my man is overdoing it with the caffeine today, man. So yeah, man. Bryan, like I said, me and Bryan go back, way back. We got all type of stories we're gonna get into. But before we do that, let's talk about the man and how you got to where you are now. Retired captain, by the way. Where did your story start into the fire service? How did your
I
journey
appreciate you calling me old.
I didn't call you old.
You did. I'm a legend. I'm old, captain, retired. Yeah. I'm old.
I'm trying to get
anyway.
I'm trying to get to you. The end goal is to retire. Yes or no?
Yes.
Would you still want to be working now?
No.
So embrace embrace the retirement.
I got all my vacation pics. Okay, I just saw that came in. Got all my pics. So how did I get started? I started in a little town, North Carolina, middle of nowhere, Warren County, volunteer firefighter. My babysitter's house caught fire, and she lost 2 grandkids in the fire. And so I said, well, you know what? Maybe I could have done something. So I started volunteering, and I liked it, and I moved up there and realized that I could make a living doing it.
So what age were you when you realized that, when you had this epiphany, like, hey, maybe I could have done something? Well, how old were you when that happened?
I was 17.
17.
But she had babysit me when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And after 2 grandkids, I just started volunteering, and I really fell in love. And next thing I know, I'm quitting college. Mistake.
Hold on. We're not going to skate past that. Hold on. First things first. What year? You were 17, so what year was that in 17?
All right, I graduated
like
in 80. Oh, we may have to cut this already. Okay. This is around 86.
86.
Yep, 86.
That's the year I was
85.
born. That's a great year.
Yeah, I told you I was
Great
old.
year.
Anyway.
Great year. 86.
86, I'm in community college. No idea what I wanted to do.
Okay, all right.
Started volunteering. Quit going to college. Parents thought I was going to school that day. I went to Henderson Fire Department, applied for a job.
Henderson.
It's
not Henderson, it's Henderson.
Henderson. Back with the legendary Squirrel.
Hey,
Jimmy Barrier.
Shout out Squirrel. Jimmy
Barrier. And again, we were all there at the same time.
Okay.
And so I was working there, got hired, came on, told mom, said, quit college. I start 2 days at Henderson Fire Department.
So you started volunteering at North Carolina?
And then I figured I could get paid.
Okay.
So now I said, I think I want to do this for a living.
So what was it about the fire department that got you, that gained your interest? Like, you got hooked. What was it that hooked you?
Helping people. I've always wanted to help people.
Okay. All right.
Now, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Other than I like helping people. That's my goal.
So how long were you at North Carolina before you figured out that you can get paid?
I volunteered probably 8 months.
Okay.
8 months to a year.
And then you went to Henderson.
Then I went to Henderson.
Met old Squirrel down there.
I was there before Squirrel. I've been when Squirrel walked in. You know Squirrel?
Yeah.
Big boy.
Stout.
I remember telling Jimmy.
Was he saying love back then?
Yeah, love. He always said love. He's Townsville. Okay? Everybody in Townsville talks that way.
All right.
That's why I fit in Warren County and Henderson.
Okay.
But anyway.
He walked in.
He walked in. I said, we got to put him on a workout program. He need to lift some weights. And, yeah, of course I was lying about that, as big as Squirrel is. But, yeah, that was back in 86.
Now, when he says big, for those that are not watching, he's not saying like big as in wide, but he was saying big as in muscle, like
Bodybuilder.
stacked bodybuilder.
Yes.
Squirrel he was on Durham Fire Department, retired, ended up retiring as a captain as well, but he was a truckie.
Yep.
Truckie through and through. Him, a long time with Captain Bristow. He was over there with her for a long time. So, just to give you backstory on Squirrel, but y'all started off at Henderson. That's interesting. So, tell me about your experience in Henderson. Like, how was just learning about the fire service? Did you guys run strictly fire? Were y'all doing EMS as well?
We were doing fire and EMS, and we had the ambulances. We were doing transports too.
Okay.
So we're doing both at the time, and I said, you know what, this is pretty cool. I like it. So went to school, got the intermediate. So then I said, well, I'm liking this, so Henderson was great. We ran a lot of fires, small department. I mean, it may be you and the captain as it show up on a fire, 2, all right? And then here comes another truck with 3 on it. So it was limited manpower, a lot of work, great experience. Same thing for EMS. And I decided I was going to go paramedic route for a while, give that a shot.
You sound like so Chief Clements. Whenever I talked with him at Redwood, the chief at Redwood, he talks about how little work. Even Captain Shazo, both our former captains, they talked about how they did work with limited manpower.
Yes.
What a time! I can't imagine what it's like to just. I mean, I would have loved it, but I can't imagine what it was like to just be on scene with just you and a guy at the pump, or you or whoever, just inside slaying the beast. Like.
Oh, the most amazing one actually in Henderson was Captain Choplin. That man was 80 years old, I believe. He'd show up from Station 2, and we'd get there, and it was nobody but him and a driver. And we would show up, and he'd be standing out in the yard, helmet cocked sideways, cigarette in his mouth, said, I've got it done, boys, going back to the station. He'd put the fire out by himself. It was...
That's gangster. That is straight gangster.
That man was bad.
That man cocked to the side,
smoking a cigarette, helmet on the side.
I got it, boys.
And that boy was...
Return to service.
That man was tough.
Handle the EMS calls. I got it over here.
Yes.
80 years old, so he did it.
He at least looked
yeah,
80.
Yeah.
Of course, I look 80 now, so, you know.
Nah, man, you look. So, you were at Henderson, and you started doing EMS, fell in love with it. What was it about the EMS that attracted you? You said fire was the ability to help people. What particularly about EMS that, like for me, for EMS, I like the problem-solving aspect. Because you never knew what...
No.
It could be a chest pain call, but you don't know what can cause. It could be drugs. It could be MI. It could be several things. So what was it for you?
It was the same thing, actually.
Okay.
And you're talking about your age. I'm going to tell you your age. I remember when you said Chief Clements. I remember when your grandma used to bring you and drop you off at Redwood.
Hey.
That was when you got your start. Okay?
Yeah, that is. We're going to talk about how you got me in trouble, Redwood. We're going to talk about... It wasn't necessarily you, but I'm going to tell you. It was... We'll talk about that in a second. But you,
going back, it was
the
challenge. I liked it in the paramedic. And the more I studied, the more I realized I was an idiot. I didn't know. And the more advanced I got, EMT, paramedic instructor, all this, the more I realized, man, I'm an idiot. I don't know anything. So I was constantly studying more, trying to figure out what would be the best way to do it. And so that's what led me down the paramedic route. So I left the fire service, went back to Warren County EMS. And that's when I learned to be a paramedic, really, because there's no hospital in that county.
And how big is that system? How many trucks were y'all running at Warren County?
We had two.
Two, okay. Covering the whole
two, covering the whole county.
Sheesh.
And it was, and again, we had long transport times because you had no hospital in the county. And that's when you learn your patient care. That's when you learn to talk and figure out what's going on.
So was it a hard decision to leave the fire department for EMS?
Yes, it was, because I was still volunteering, and then I decided, I'm going to do think I'm going to be a paramedic. I'm going to the best system at the time, Durham County. So I applied in Durham County. But you actually work for the hospital then.
Hold on. Okay. All right, hold on. So, when you left Henderson for Warren County EMS,
went back to Warren County where I grew up.
You still was volunteering at North Carolina?
Correct.
So you had the best of both worlds. It wasn't like you completely left the fire department. You still had the taste. You still able to have the taste, right?
Still, absolutely. I never quit being a volunteer somewhere.
Okay. And then you went, so what age was this when you started working at Warrenton, roughly?
1920.
1920. So you got 3 years in the game right now, right?
Right.
And then you go to Durham County. How long before you go to Durham County EMS?
Worked Warren County about a year and a half. Then I wanted to come to Durham, and you could not get hired at Durham at the time, okay? It was a top-notch system.
EMS system.
Yes, and we worked for the hospital. And we contracted with the county, so the paramedics were employed by the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay? You could not get hired. The only way to get hired was work on the convalescent trucks. And then you would fill in overtime.
Okay.
Working ALS, and then
until you got your shot.
Till you got a shot, and when they had an opening in ALS, they would pull from the convalescent. Said, all right,
explain to people that don't know what convalescent.
Convalescent, we were routine transports taking the elderly from maybe dialysis or maybe home, or from the nursing home to a doctor's appointment, haul them back to the nursing home. People were
very basic calls.
Not even basic.
I mean. Compared to doing paramedic level stuff.
Oh, yeah, just no comparison.
Yeah. So
no comparison.
It's like a transport van, essentially.
Exactly.
Essentially,
it's a wheelchair van, so you're laying flat.
So, the year that you're doing this, what year was this round?
This was 1988.
88. All right. So
I did that for 3 months, then I got hired into ALS.
To Durham County. Mm-hmm. Now, riding Durham County, all right, so obviously, transport van convalescents to Durham County EMS is a major difference.
Big.
Now, what I imagine when you're Durham County EMS, you saw a lot of experience, saw a lot of work, and you went from a two truck system to how big was Durham County at that time?
At the time, we had 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd run 4 or 5 ambulances on duty at a time.
Okay, so quite a bigger system.
Difference.
Yeah, and this population size is obviously bigger, right?
Yes.
And so then you got Duke. I'm a Durham region. Duke, which one?
There were separate hospitals at the time.
Separate hospitals, 2 separate hospitals. But Duke was still a level 1 trauma center at
Correct.
the time. Okay. All right. So, you work in Durham County EMS. Exciting, young gun.
Yes.
Happy to go.
Yep.
What are some lessons you learned in Durham County EMS?
Take a minute. Don't rush into anything. I've ended up some scenes that I had no business being in. Got there too quick. Wait for the police.
Wait for the police. Hey, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've ended up in a couple of spots that I really should not have been in. And then I learned trust your resources. This is when I started meeting people at Durham Fire Department, meeting people who were out in the county fire departments, and we built lifetime relationships then before I ever came here to work.
We're gonna segue, but public safety message for those that don't know, get into this career. One thing that most fire departments do, pretty sure every fire department does, is when we respond to EMS calls, a lot of times we are the first responders. The time you don't want to be first on scene is any type of domestic, any type of where there's guns, knives involved. You want to wait for PD, and what Durham has in place, as other systems, is our policy is to wait for PD to secure the scene. That way, we're not putting ourselves in risk. Which that was what Brian was alluding to.
Yes.
Sometimes we're young, we jump, we're ready to get into action. I
ended up on the scene by accident.
It's accident, right? Yeah.
And I had a gun pulled on me.
Sheesh.
And he said, "You better save him." And I just said, "Really can't concentrate as long as you're pointing that gun at me."
I don't know if you was on that scene, man. We were on a scene together. I don't know if you were there. I specifically remember Kelly Mack being on the scene. and Captain Shazo. But I can't remember if you was on the scene but we were in 7th District. We was off of I want to say it was off of Horton Road. We was in those little living houses over there. But we had a patient, and she was like altered. So us with EMS, you know, we had to secure this patient because she was being volatile. Well, we had her on a stretcher and we were pulling her out, and at this particular moment, her brother came out of nowhere, and he was raising all type of cane. Like he was very, very threatening at the time. Threatening. So we get on the radio and we're like, "Hey, communications, can you dispatch PD?" Remember, this wasn't a domestic case, but it became domestic because he came over here like raising.
And if you get scared and you got Big Daddy D with you, it's bad.
Hey.
You got the legend,
like
man.
We carry weapons.
No.
We ain't like we carry weapons. So all we could do, at the time, all we did was we left the stretcher where it was at, and we went to recover and just, you know, let him let the PD waiting for them. And actually, you know, our units listening to the radios, we started hearing sirens coming from everywhere, man. But PD got there and they secured the station. But that was a scary time that I remember.
It was.
Especially that one of those situations where you don't go into it as it being something that is dangerous, but sometimes you just walk into a situation where it turns into that.
It does.
And sometimes it happens with, sometimes just the reality of the job. Sometimes you go on scenes where someone has, you got respiratory arrest, which means the person's not breathing, or you have a cardiac arrest, and then the family gets hostile because they feel like you're not doing enough. Or obviously they're emotional. The situation itself is something that's hard to deal with. And they don't necessarily have any beef with us, but they want the best for their family members. So then it becomes volatile. And then we have to be like, hey, listen, we got to control this situation or get PD here.
Again, they want you to pick up and run. Pick up and run.
Yeah.
And it's not always best. Sometimes you're better off treating it right there.
You got to treat the patient.
And then they don't understand. And again, you've got to understand family members don't understand.
They don't. They're not trained.
No,
they're
not.
All right, we'll get back. We got to stories already. Listen, so we are. So you get to Durham County EMS, and you start making these relationships. You're running with Durham County, Lebanon, Bahama, Redwood, all these agencies, right? What was that time like, and when did you kind of? Were you already an instructor at this point?
No, had the paramedic. Not an instructor at the time. I was just busy learning to be a good paramedic. That's what I want to be. I'm going to be a good paramedic.
This was like the late 80s, 90s, height of a bunch of stuff.
A lot of stuff was going on at the time. And Durham was a little bit different than it is now. And it's just because it was more spread out now. Before, you had certain bad areas. If you were getting caught in that area, now it's pretty much, it could be bad anywhere in Durham. Just the way the housing's changed and stuff like that. And dynamics, people have shifted out of inner city. They're moving out now. Before it was all inner city, and people are prisoners to where they were at. So they couldn't get out. And it just fostered and built. So, but I mean, I still love it. I love Durham. Still do.
Durham's a great city.
I love it.
So you run these calls. You're getting a lot of exposure to a lot of things. At what point do you think running with Durham fire department kind of fostered your want to get back to the fire service? Like, what caused you to apply for Durham? And did you go somewhere else before you came to Durham?
No, I was a volunteer. I was a volunteer at Redwood. Volunteer firefighter. I missed fighting fire. I missed the technical rescue.
Okay.
I enjoy, I still do that. I'm retired, but still do large animal rescue. I'm still doing that. And so I missed that. And I had got to know some of the legends in the fire. Tony Mangum, the DeShazos. I mean, I had the honor of working both of the DeShazos. And I liked the people, and I liked what they were doing. So Scott King was a paramedic with me. We were both on the same shift. And Scott applied and went to the fire department. And I pinned him down one day.
Okay.
And I said, Scott, because he was great medic, great firefighter. And I respect his opinion. And I said, do you have any regrets about going to the fire department? Leaving EMS, going to the fire department? He said, yep. I said, what's that? He said, I didn't do it sooner. I said, okay.
Say it again for the people. Say it again for the people.
Did not do it sooner.
Did not do it sooner. I hear that often.
Yeah, and you got to understand the dynamics have changed. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but we had quit working for the hospital now. Duke had bought out Durham Regional. Mm-hmm. We were turned over to the county.
Okay.
So the whole agency was kind of changing at the time.
Okay.
And, some things need to change, some things,
Yeah.
personal opinion. I said, well, now's a good time to do it. So applied for the job, got hired for the job, and here I was in 2000 doing an academy, 33 years old. So
Hold on. So when you went to start doing EMS,
I was 30. I was 33 when I came here.
but so you had worked EMS for a span of like 10 years.
12. Right? Yeah, I was 12 years in Durham. Before I switched to the fire
department. I didn't know you were
department.
in your 30s when you started Durham.
33. Me and Brian Staples. They called him Pops, and we were both old men. He was 34, I think. I was 33. He was a little bit older than me.
Just for the record, you all just heard him call himself an old man.
I am an old man.
At 33, he considered himself an old man, but he was getting on me earlier on. So I just want to point that out. All right. So
Yeah, but we're out here running to 18, 19-year-old kids out of high school. I'm 33. I've got 2 kids, bad knees already. Yeah.
Hey,
It was a struggle.
So, okay, well, listen, we segue right into that. What was it like? Okay, so you worked Durham County EMS for 10 years, 12 years, 12 years. You go to the fire department. As a 33-year-old, because I get this question all the time, am I too old? Like, I get people reaching out, they're mid-30s, I'm like, they're like, am I too old? So as a 33-year-old, and I know you just made that comment kind of joking, but how was it for you as an older person, per se, getting into the fire service?
I never really left it.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was going through an academy.
Going through academy. What I mean.
I liked it. I liked the structure. I did. Okay. It was tough. Physically. It was tough mentally having to sit through an EMT class again.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, I was sitting there through an EMT class. Here I'm yes, I had got my instructor at that point. I was a paramedic instructor. At this point, I had taught half the people in this county. And I'm having to take an EMT class.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there through class. And so, I used to help my classmates if they needed help with something, trying to understand something. But again, it was still learning. I learned so much about firefighting. I thought I knew. I didn't know nothing.
So pause right there.
Pause again.
I want to highlight this because, again, something that I get all the time is I get people who have either their fire 1 and 2 or they have their EMT or their paramedics, and they're like, hey, I want to apply. Do I have to sit through the class?
Yes.
Or do I have to sit through the academy? And my answer is absolutely yes.
Hell yes.
It's not that they have a problem with it. They're just asking because they know they're certified. They're like, well, can I skip this part? And I'm like, no. Because the way, whatever system you came from is not going to be the way Durham does it. Even with firefighting, you think you may know what you're doing, and I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying Durham does it a different way. You need to learn how we work in our system in our department. So that's the great thing about sitting through an academy.
And there's multiple ways of doing things.
Right.
And somebody may have a better way. And so, yes, you have to learn your local protocols and how things are done here and standard operating procedures. But there's little techniques. If you stop learning, you screwed up. You learn every day. From somewhere, somebody. Something.
Never stop learning.
Never.
If you're a person that does not like learning or continuing education, this will not be the job for you.
This is not for you.
You're constantly learning. Things are constantly changing, procedures, protocols, things of that nature, especially on the EMS side. Who's your training? Who's your captains in your academy?
Oh, let's see. It was Bill Atkins, Skeet Reams, and Jeff Bonnell.
Oh man, Bulldog, Skeet,
Skeet.
and Chief Bonnell. Man, you had a you had a monster lineup for.
It was not a softer, gentler academy. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it was old school academy. Right
It was
there,
old
man.
school, and I'm grateful. They were awesome.
Now, when your academy, I know back in the day they had skunk. Like when you're in academy, you had the little skunk stripe on your helmet.
Yes.
Which I'm looking to bring back. We're gonna talk about. I'm looking to bring that back. That's gonna come at least with the cadet program. That's gonna come back. Tell me about. Did you have the skunk helmets? Was that your?
Yes.
That was your time period. Skunk helmet.
We were old. We would have liked the last ones to go to that.
Well, give me the story behind the skunk.
I don't know the whole story. I just said, sir, yes, sir. Thank you for the helmet. Okay. Early is on time is late.
I'll tell you what I've heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the skunk thing, for those that don't know, the fire helmet was a black, I believe it was a 660 at the time. It had a 660.
Yep.
Well, down the middle of the helmet, there was a white stripe down the middle, and that's only if you were in academy, because once you got in academy, you lost it, right?
Correct.
So because it had the white stripe similar to a skunk down the middle, they called it a skunk. That was a skunk. But the thought process, from my understanding, is that you weren't you stunk. Like you weren't good enough. You weren't a firefighter yet. So that was just like, hey, you stink. This is our way of signifying that you aren't to the level where you need to be at. And then it was a rite of passage to remove that white striping. That's what I heard. I don't know.
And
correct me if I'm wrong, someone, please.
And also at the time, when you graduated, you were still a skunk. Okay, I'm sorry. When you went to the station, you were still.
Hey,
you had to earn everything in time.
some people make that mistake. They graduate the academy and they think, I
Oh,
know
no.
everything. I've learned. I'm at my pinnacle. I learned everything. You are just at the beginning.
Sit in the back, be quiet, watch and learn.
Like Captain Shays, I gotta go to the border, you friend. I gotta go to the border.
Get yourself together, Leroy.
Hey, we gotta go. Hey, Captain Shazo, I promise I'm gonna get him on soon. Captain Shazo, when Captain Shazo, Leroy, Russell Hayes, whoever, they used to go to the board. And I still used it when I was
Go to the
young.
board.
They would go to the board, and they were like, they'll have a sheet of paper, and they'll be like, all right, this is Captain. It could be a boat. This is Captain. He's on the boat right here. All right. This is the water. This is your drivers. This is Leroy. This is Kelly. All right. Right here, you see the fishes? These are the fishes. These are seeing firefighters. And right here on the bottom floor is you. This is where you at.
Bottom.
You at the very bottom of the ocean. You got to work your way up, friend. So I use that analogy plenty of times. Sometimes it'd be lawnmower. It just depends. I switch it up on them, but
Lower than worm dirt.
lower than worm. It was another term, but we won't get to that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you get out of the academy. You survive. How long was your academy?
24 weeks.
24 weeks.
Because that was the longest one. Now they're adding. And that was with the EMT, it was 24 weeks.
Okay. So 24 weeks. When you get out of the academy, where do you get assigned? What are your thoughts? Like how are you feeling?
Oh, I got assigned Station 5. Awesome station. You had the best of everything. 5 was great.
Very diverse district.
That was diverse.
You got very expensive homes.
Very poor homes.
Yeah.
You've got trauma calls, gunshot calls, and you got the old man having another chest pain. You were diverse. Fires, we're right there next to 1. You're right there next to 4. You're running calls everywhere. I had Captain Price, who was...
Tim Price,
the man. He was hilarious.
Don't help me, help the bear. If I get in a fight with a bear, don't help me.
Don't help me, help the bear.
Help the bear. That's
the
my
legend.
man.
And Leon McCrae was the driver.
Big Mac.
So I had a hell of a crew. Tyler Peak was the firefighter at the time, and then me. And I worked there for 3 months, and I loved it. And then First call. I'll never forget. First call. Captain Price. Medical call. He said, I hear you're a wonderful medic. Let's see what you can do. He said, go to it, Brian. I walked and said, ma'am, how you doing? She grabbed water and threw it right in my face. I just looked at her. He said, you might want to step back.
Was she having an episode or something?
I don't know I don't know why she threw water. All I said was, hey, good morning. How you doing? How can I help you? Hit me with water, first off.
At least it was water.
Captain Price, I don't know if you're going to make it here after all. I don't know. But, no, I loved there. And then, of course, they sent me squad one.
So
immediately after, man, I'm back on the ambulance.
So hold on. So you was with Captain Price.
Yes.
Who's a legend. Funny man. Funny. Hilarious. One of the funniest men in the fire department. Man, it's hilarious. If you ever get him down and sit the story, he's hilarious. Retired Captain Price. Retired big Captain. Retired driver.
Leon
McCray, which I didn't know his name for a long time.
Oh, you know when Big Mac.
Service, yeah, in the fire service, you get a nickname. Some people, if you're lucky enough, you get a nickname, and the nickname sticks with you for your whole career. So when they called for station for Leon McCray, I didn't know who that was. I'm like, who? Who? Big Mac, man, Big Mac. Big Mac. But fire driver, very knowledgeable.
Yes.
Cool as the other side of the pillow. I've never really seen Big Mac get upset, except for one time. I won't name the person or the incident. I would just skip past that part. But Big Mac, it was very hard to get him off kill. He was a very even kill guy.
Absolutely.
And just a legend.
Very professional.
Very legendary. Yes. Top tier person. And then you say Captain Pete, Tyler Pete?
Yep. He was firefighter at the time.
Firefighter at the time, but yeah, also, that was a great first crew. How long were you at Five for?
3-4 months.
3-4 months? Did you get any fires while you were there?
Oh, had a couple of them.
Couple of
them?
Do you remember your first fire?
There, yes.
What was your first fire?
Duplex.
A duplex?
Single room contents.
Single room?
I was happy.
You had done it before.
Yes.
What was it? Did you get nervous for this one because you're trying to press your crew, or you just felt like another day in the office?
Believe it or not, the thing I was most nervous about was getting the hose stretched out properly because I'm from the country. The houses were off the road. Right. This was a duplex on the road. You know how many laid out in front of y'all like this, walking back and forth, look like an idiot before you go in the door, laying out the hose line?
That brings up a good point, though, that,
different
environments. You have rural versus city, even city, like a city like Durham, compared to like D.C. or New York, where you have tight quarters, the hallways are tighter.
Yes.
Everything is, like, it'll be, for me, I got, almost 20 years on it, it would be a hard transition for me to go somewhere up there and learn how to fight fire up there. I think I could do it. I'm just saying it's just a different way of fighting fire and laying out hoses.
Well, I don't know if you were there or not. Again, different mentality. Were you there with me and Kelly Mack? We pumped out of the mud hole.
Oh, yeah.
We were probably one of the only city trucks that has ever drafted.
I've never seen a city truck draft until that fire.
Me and Kelly Mack set it up.
This is before the city had their whole merger, so we didn't have any tankers. We didn't have even a hard suction on the
we had bar Lebanons,
right?
Bar Lebanons.
We had a fire. It's off of Horton Road again. 7's district. We had a lot of good times.
We had a good time.
7's an awesome station. But this particular time, we were luckily Kelly and Brian was there. Because I didn't know what I was doing, and Captain D was a city slicker, so he didn't know it. He didn't know how to do no drafting, but it was a fire. Kids had a little clubhouse. It was an abandoned house back in the woods. We didn't even know it was back there.
No, we did not.
You would never know this house was back there. We smoke, so we see it. We thinking it's a woods fire. So we're going a goat path, so you can't get the truck down there. So we're walking. We're walking down there, and it's the whole house. On fire. And we're like, bruh, what's going on? Now, on this walk, they identified there's a pond on this land right there. So Brian and Kelly conjured up this idea, get Lebanon en route. We need a hard suction. They pulled the truck down a little goat path, and they were able. Brian, you're pumping that, right? You pumping?
I was pumping.
Which was rare. You didn't drive that much. You didn't drive. You and Kelly had this agreement where Kelly did all the driving.
He loves to drive. I wanted to fight fire.
Yeah. But you were pumping this fire. So he was.
But I'll pump that one.
Lebanon let us use their hard suction, and Brian pulled a draft on the city truck. I've never seen a city truck do this before, and we actually pumped that fire. That was the only water source that was
it
close to where we were at, and
it worked.
It worked.
It worked great.
You guys had to know how because you're volunteer experience.
Volunteer.
And Kelly came from volunteer experience background, and you guys made it work. Had it been me, had I been driving that day, we would have been screwed, man. No. Granted, I come from Redwood, but it ain't like you draft a lot of Redwood. You got a lot of hydrants.
You had hydrants.
So, that is different environments. You never know what you're going to get. And again, that's why no matter where you come from, learning how to do it in Durham and how we do things will benefit you, which is why everyone goes to this academy. Now, you go to Squad 1. They moved to Squad 1.
Yes.
Now, how was the squad truck set up back then? Because I know now the way the squad trucks are, the primary EMS unit for multiple districts. Was it the same thing? At one point, squad trucks transported. Was that
we were a backup transport, Squad 1. We could transport. We were certified by the state. It's me and Mike Brooks at the time. And they had decommissioned rescue. So we had the rescue truck.
Okay.
So there was a little bit, there's some hard feelings there.
I bet, yeah.
And I understand it. I mean, and now we got really nice rescue trucks. But we were busy. It was Squad 1. Then we had Squad 2 at the time. Later on there, you got Squad 7, all these other ones. But it was us. Now, we ran a lot of calls, but we went to a lot of fires. And we didn't have the rescue truck, so we were doing search 90% of the time. Squad 1 was doing searches. That was our role. And it's like 2 years.
Who was your partner on it?
Mike Brooks.
Mike Brooks.
Good old Mike.
Mike Brooks.
Yeah.
I was going to say his nickname, but I ain't
going to say it. Not going to say that.
Oh, Mike Brooks.
Mike
awesome,
Brooks.
Man.
Yeah, I know it hit my mind too.
Yeah.
He may have to edit that, but I'm not going to say it. But anyway, yeah, Mike was a good firefighter. We were good partners. We went to a lot of fires and did a lot of searches.
A lot of searches.
We weren't pulling hose. We were doing searches the whole time.
Yeah, I mean that's typically been the standard. That was the squad truck's job prior to the way they operate now. Was they were primarily guaranteed to do searches. Pretty
Going to do search
because they most of the time squad trucks would get the scene really fast because they were smaller trucks, not as much weight. And they were able to do it. Squad truck back in the day, I was doing a lot of gangster work. Man.
We were. It was fun.
It's a lot of John Wayne time. I was doing a lot of stuff out there on the squad trucks.
And you got to remember, we weren't officers. The squad trucks had no.
They're just rogue. It was rogue.
We didn't have direct supervision when we should have.
Not that you guys would do anything crazy or against standards, but it was more so you just had the freedom to do what you want to do without asking for permission.
Correct.
So you were able to if you wanted to go, let's say, and get ice cream from the mall, you could go to the mall. You didn't have to get a whole crew together. You and your partner, y'all had to understand it. Hey, let's go get some ice cream. We're gonna go. Yeah,
but then again, we also got sent to the store every time too for everybody. Okay, we were I'm not gonna say it, but we were an errand truck, not a.
Well, it's just easy. It was just easier to maneuver around.
Yeah.
The squad trucks easier to get in and out of parking lots.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Okay.
Squad trucks did get. Squad trucks is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's
because
not.
They were busy. You're expected to do a lot of stuff because you were the small truck, so you're able to move around a lot. So anytime Aaron needed to be around or some things need to be got, somebody needed something for supply or something.
Yep.
You were sent to go get that.
Yes, you were.
So being a squad truck was a full-time deal, man. On top of running EMS calls, it was an ALS truck back then, right? Yep, ALS truck. So now with that, especially me in Station 1, you got to see a lot of traumatic things. I'm sure, and got to see a lot of stuff in general. So you got a lot of experience.
But I had experience when I got there.
True indeed. So how was it? Were you still working in Durham County EMS?
I was working part-time.
Part-time?
As a paramedic at the time.
And at this point, you were on. How long did you work SWAT 1?
2 years.
2 years, and you worked EMS both the whole 2 years as well. Man, talk about burnt out, which is something that we don't talk about a lot as firefighters. Is that burnout is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
You can, and I don't know how you did, and even past SWAT 1.
I was
as
poor.
long as I've known you.
I was poor. I needed money. Okay. How many marriages I've been through, Tim? Okay. I was poor. That's why I worked all the
I'm
time.
not keeping count anymore. I'm not keeping count anymore.
Dude, I did it right now.
You had.
I got it right.
You had youngins.
Yes.
You had a wife. You had a
Wives.
wives.
I'm on my fourth wife. Yes, Tim.
I wasn't going to say
I had a
the
bad
number.
picker. Okay. Now I've learned. I've got the perfect one now. Well, she ain't perfect. Perfect for me.
I personally liked all your wives.
Well, that's. Listen, are you running for office next year or what?
No. I truly
Vote for Tim? I got to start this now?
I did, man. Hey, listen. I had a personal relationship with a couple of them. So,
I understand.
So with that being said,
They were all good women in their own
no,
ways.
right, yeah, y'all just weren't good together.
Correct. That's it.
All right, so you work. I don't know how you did because as long as I known you, you were doing both. You
Yes.
were doing fire and EMS. And so I don't know how you lasted your burnout as long as you did. But when you
Alcohol. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
No.
Hey, mark that down.
That's one of those edits. No, actually, no. You get through it because you got to understand. I was blessed my whole career.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with some great people at great stations. And I don't care where you're assigned. If you got the crew.
Who's your crew at Station 1?
Station 1. Captain Bristow and Squirrel were at the time. Then and had Juan DeShays on Engine 1. I ended up going to Engine 1 with Juan.
Okay.
And there were Bristow's son on Ladder 1.
So that's where you went after you left SWAT 1?
Yeah.
Engine 1.
All I did was hop over.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And then I was on the truck with Don.
Sheesh.
And Don was my driver. And then I had Captain Bristow. And then I ended up becoming the EMS coordinator here. I was doing the EMS
training. So you were only at
training.
Station 1 before you became EMS coordinator?
I was training here.
So, all right. So you're at Station 1. Sounds like you
I
had
know, on the hop truck. I was
Okay.
Station 1 for 5-6 years.
5-6 years, which is a long time
For anybody to
to
be
be
at
at
Station 1.
Station 1. It is a long time to be at Station 1. I think Captain Hoxie, who just got promoted, congratulations, Captain Hoxie.
Again, I get these new promotions.
Captain Hoxie has probably been there
Longer than anybody I know of.
She's been there. She had a good run at Station 1. She's been at Station 1 since she's got out the academy.
Yeah.
So that's a good run.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you were hopping around, like you said. You had Juan DeShazo.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had his little big brother, Big Don.
Big Daddy D.
Now, did you and did Squirrel come to DFD before you did, or how did
Squirrel
that?
had come to the fire department before I did. I was still working EMS.
While he was playing with EMS, he took the smart move and went straight to the
I
fire department.
like that playing the EMS.
He went straight
No,
to EMS.
I love working EMS too. I really did.
No. You are EMS. You are an EMS guru. Now, you mentioned you left and you came the department's EMS coordinator. How did that happen? Did somebody approach you? Were you requested?
Captain Jacobs, the man, the myth, the legend.
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love
Dr.
was
Jacobs.
the man out here. Now, don't forget, I precepted him as a paramedic.
Okay.
When he took the paramedic, I was his preceptor for a while, and he was out here, and then they were needed instructors, and I said, okay, I'll apply for the job.
What year was that?
I don't know, 2005, 6.
So we were your first academy, my academy. Because you were my EMS instructor.
Yes.
All right. So set tape, Dr. Love, Dr. Jacobs, EMS guru as well. Just think about the Love Boat. Isaac from Love Boat.
Isaac.
Just think about the smooth and dapper person of Isaac, but very good at EMS. And he set the EMS standard here for the DFD, at least in my eyes. He was the man. Set the standard, right? All right. Now, with that being said, I get into the academy, 2006. You're my EMS instructor. Now, I will preference this with, even in school, I didn't take like studying very serious. Like I was like a wing it type person. Yo, let's just do it, right? So, with that being said, when I got into the fire department, like I said, I had went through Durham Tech Academy. One thing about Durham Tech Academy was they did offer EMS, but my EMS instructor was horrible. I will leave their name out of it, but they were horrible. Mind you, I did preference by saying I wasn't the best studier, but they were absolutely horrible. With that being said, I didn't pass EMS. So, I got to the Durham Fire Academy. Get into Durham Fire Academy, and I got to go through EMT. Now, I'm nervous because at the time, I didn't know my EMS instructor was horrible. I just thought I was bad. But it wasn't until this man made EMS so simple. It's you made EMS really simple and fun.
I'm going to tell you a little story.
Go ahead, tell us.
You don't even know this.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear it.
People being evaluated, they were looking at your name. And I knew you from Grandma dropping you off at Redwood. Mm-hmm. They said, well, we like him. Smart guy. I said, yeah. They said, but he failed his EMT. I said, he didn't have me as an instructor. Let me teach it. Let me do the class. I said, no, I believe in this kid. I said, he's going to be all right. I said, yeah, I could teach him EMT. Here you are.
Boom. You hear that?
Here you are.
Cap Triplet, I'm talking to you. You hear that? Cap Triplet like throw my face. You were in the JV Academy.
You were in JV Academy. I forgot that.
Yo,
you were in JV Academy.
Hey, my God. Listen, it wasn't.
Oh, my God.
Academy 18 and 19. 18 is supposed to be varsity. 19 was JV.
JV.
I will not support that or even believe in that. But thanks to Brian, I got it.
And look at you now.
No, listen, it's a lot of people take credit for me. So I got Captain Melvin. I got Captain Melvin taking partial credit.
I'll take
credit.
credit.
That. Captain Perry, I give you that as well. There's a lot of people. Redwood again has always been a hub for city firefighters. So there's a lot of people at Redwood. Chief King at the time, Sky King, who was the captain here. I'm sure he vouched for me as well. So I have a lot of people to thank and be grateful for. So I can't.
You're not the only one. I remember when Chief Swain was a volunteer snot-nosed in Bahama. And look at him now.
Chief, to number 2 or number 3, depending on him and Chief, I know
yeah, exactly.
Look, almost at the tippy top of the department.
Exactly. He was a volunteer at Bahama.
But look, so volunteer departments do breed a lot of good results because you do get to, people get to experience the fire department, learn about the fire department, and they fall in love like you did, like myself did, and then they typically tend to stick and stay with the fire service. With that being said, I get into the academy, got this fun instructor. EMS wasn't even bad. Now my academy was only 4 months, but so EMS was kind of like, it wasn't even that long, but it was very simple, made it very easy. Now there was a little problem in the academy. I think I told the story, but I'll let you tell it from your perspective.
No, I want you to do it. I can't even remember it. Remember, I got my old. Which story are you going to tell?
Is there more? I mean, I'm sure there's more.
Tim, I worked for years. I got a lot of stories.
This is the story about the academy.
Go ahead.
In the certification story.
Go ahead. Tell it.
All right. Since he.
I'll tell the one about the hash browns later on with Station 7. The tater tots.
Were you there for the shaving story? Was that you too? Okay.
That was me too.
All right. So anyway, so I was a volunteer at Redwood. We get told, look, don't go to your volunteer departments. Don't work part-time. We don't want you to get injured. We don't want you to incriminate yourself by going to these volunteer departments. Well, I had a lot of friends at the volunteer department. I was young. I was immature. So I went, guess what I did? I went to a fire station. I go to the fire station, and I'm like, yo, man, the academy's cool, you know what I'm saying? But, I can't wait till we get the real instructors.
The real instructors.
What I was saying was, EMS wasn't physically challenging. So I couldn't wait till we got to the physical firefight, because that's what I wanted. EMS was cool, but I was here to fight fire, slay the dragon, go look the devil in the eye. And that's what I was waiting to do. So I went and said that. Now, at this dinner table, is this man's ex-wife, a guy named Kevin Ford, and someone else. I can't remember. It's a table full of people. But those two people I know I have close personal relationships with because I was working with Kevin Construction before I came here, and his wife, his ex-wife, was we had again, she was at Redwood every night pretty much, and I was always out there, so we had a close personal relationship. So imagine my face the next morning coming into the academy and
My phone rang so quick that night.
Go ahead, tell where you coming this. How did you find out about it?
I had a phone call.
Because I had a theory, and then you told me what the actual thing was, but I want you to tell me.
I got a phone call and said that a recruit, Tim McCoy, was saying that I was not a real instructor, and I was not. I said, okay. So I just went in early and wrote all the certifications down on the board. And I said, things will be different. We have a real instructor, Tim McCoy. And just left it on the board let you sit there for a while.
No, but it was pretty evident. I came in, man, and as soon as I walked in, well, first of all, before I got in, my academy mates meet me at the door like, yo, what you say, man? What happened? What you do? And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, man? What are you tripping about? And we go in the room, man, and like Brian says, it's like the board is full of certifications and everything, just full of certifications, and all his instructor stuff and everything. And at the end it says, things will be different when I have real instructor Tim McCoy. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm cooked. I'm so cooked. And the whole time though, I was thinking it was your ex-wife that ratted on me. And that wasn't the person. I found out years later that wasn't who ratted on me.
It wasn't.
It wasn't who ratted on me. Now, Brian made me do a bunch of push-ups. I had to do a bunch of push-ups. My academy mates didn't like me much that day, but that was crazy. Who ratted on me?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just got a phone call.
Yeah, okay. I know who it is. I know who it was. And it was the person I least suspected. It was so crazy. I'm not going to put you out there as a rat, but that's who someone ratted on me. It wasn't his ex-wife, so she's exonerated. But
That wasn't her.
That's crazy, man. So I get out of the academy. How long do you stay teaching as an EMS? And what are some things you brought? What are some things that you brought to the EMS? Like for me, I think you made it realistic and fun. What was your goal that when you came out to be an EMS instructor?
My goal was to not have any class I taught anybody fail to pass the state test, be it EMT, be it intermediate, be it paramedic. And I still had that record. Nobody's ever
100%
failed.
pass rate.
100% pass rate.
That's incredible.
100% pass rate.
But like I said, you were really good.
But you got to make it fun. You got to make it fun. You got to make it interesting. Honestly, you just like 99% of the people come to the academy, they want to slay the beast. They don't want to study EMS. I mean, I didn't join the fire department to do this. Okay, I want to go fight fire. But guess what? You could be doing more EMS than you are fire.
Right.
It's a fact.
It is. It is. You're going to do way more EMS. So how long were you out of there teaching for?
2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to Station 2. After I graduated, I went to Station 2. I was at Station 2 for a year. And you was in the academy. I was in the academy. Oh yeah, so it was about time because you came around 2005. So 2 years. So when I get transferred from Station 2, I go to Station 7.
Now this is what happened here was, I already had my fire instructor. I'd already been promoted to driver. And I wanted to go back out in the field. And they said, if you stay as a training captain for the fire side, we'll let you pick your station. I said, deal. So I stayed. So it was me, Captain Price, Bobby Boning were the training captains for the fire portion at the time. And I did both. So then when I got done with Fire Academy, they said, where you want to go? I said, Station 7, Big Daddy D.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
So I got to go to 7.
So you went because of Captain Shazo.
Oh, yeah. Again, they're legends. You can't work for anybody better.
I can contest. I could attest for that. Now, with that being said, when I came out, I didn't come straight. Once I left Station 2, I went through intermediate training because they didn't offer an academy. And Joe Rich was my instructor. Another great instructor, made things fun. Super, super knowledgeable as well. Also another EMS. Durham Fire Department had a bunch of people from Durham County working both.
Working both. A lot of people from the fire department working part-time for EMS.
Jim Cole, David Mangum, yourself,
David Jacobs.
a bunch of people.
Scott King,
and
like I said.
It's a bunch of y'all.
Bunch.
And we kept that up for a while. It's since fizzled out, but
Yep.
that was the Durham Fire Department, Durham County EMS partnership, and just cross-working was going on for a long time. When I came out, though, to you, Papa Don, and I believe Russell Hayes was there at that time. Post Potomac incident. For those that know, you know. For those that don't know, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Ask about it. But you and Russell, super fun drivers. Both Captain Hayes now. Both very energetic. And then we had Captain Shazo, who's very laid back. It was like that's one of the best crews I had. Like we had a lot of fun there. 7 had a great district. We got to go to Lebanon and fight fire there. We had
tools.
Yeah,
we had
extrication tools. We were a truck company, but
we were Quint, so we could do roof work. We could be fighting.
We were called the engine at the time. The Quint concept wasn't there, but we were a engine operating as a truck company.
Correct.
Primarily, that's what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted to do. Captain Shazo was on ladder 1 for a long time. You have history, so that's what we wanted to do, and that's how we operated. We did a lot of things, had a lot of great calls.
We did
a lot of weird calls. If anything crazy goes, you want to go. The craziest calls I've been on in the city, just weird. Not even like traumatic or anything like that, but just like weird calls have been in Station 7's this year.
I agree.
Now, coming back out into the field, how did that feel? How was that transition? You were happy to be back you had a crew.
Oh yeah, I had a great crew. It was awesome.
In the state, I feel like everybody at Station 7 at the time was just solid. We had Captain Parker, Brian Baker, Chief Baker now. Chief Parker is Chief Parker now. Mario Herrera, Jason Rogers, David Mangum. A bunch of jokesters at it.
It was
Keith King.
Oh yeah.
Bunch of jokesters. Garland Maurer came out there. It was just a cool station to be at, man.
It was.
We were USAR, TRT, ALS.
We did a little bit of everything.
We did everything. Hey, it would be several times that we would be certain agencies to places in the city, and their station was right on the same street.
Right there
on the same street. There were several times where several EMS calls, but talk about your highlights. So just your time at Station 7 and what I talked about how it was a little bit, but talk about how you felt there.
Oh, that was true family. It was family every shift. And 7 was, again, it was different because we were the Swiss Army knife of fire trucks. We could do a little bit of anything. The boats, again, we had, how many fire engines have a ladder on top and a boat beside them, okay? Yeah. That's what we had. We had boats at the time. We were doing everything. And the camaraderie was awesome there. Again, best crews I've had was, me, you, Russell, Kelly Mack, Big Daddy D. That was
that's probably my best crew I've had. I often say my favorite assignment was Rescue 1 just because we went to all the fires and got to do all our cool stuff. But the crew I connected with the most was Station 7. A lot of it was just one. I was still young in the fire service. It was my first. I'm talking about my first 2 years in the fire service until I was with Captain Shazo and y'all until you and Kelly promoted. And I was with Captain Shazer for at least 10 years, and I was with you guys for a good chunk of that 7.
Yeah, because I went to 13 hazmat then when I got promoted.
Yeah, so we had a lot of camaraderie, and I wouldn't change any part of that aspect.
No.
That was a great experience.
No.
Shave gate, shaving gate. All right, I'll tell y'all a story. Well, I'll let Brian.
No, I want you to tell it.
I don't even know how this came about, but somehow word got. I told them, oh, okay, I was at the station, and I just started growing facial hair. Remember, I'm young. I'm like 22.
No, you just started attempting to grow facial hair.
I was like, oh, what you mean?
Just go. You still ain't got it, bro. Keep on trying. Keep on trying.
So I started growing a little whiskers and stuff. So we have a shave policy here. So, and it won't even like I was growing a lot of hair. I had blonde, like I have this sandy, dirty blonde type hair. So it ain't like it's really visible. Well, I go in the bathroom. I've never shaved in my life. Again, I'm 22 now. There's 16-year-olds with full beards. I'm 22, and I'm just starting to get, it wasn't even my beard. It was the mustache.
That's the mustache.
I was just starting to get a mustache at 22 years old. How embarrassing.
You still trying.
How embarrassing. So,
got young guns that still can't grow a mustache.
I don't know anything about shaving. Like, so I go to the bathroom, and I start dry shaving. And I run out, and I'm like, guys, my face is on fire. I'm burning. They said, what? They was like, what you use? I said, water. They said, what you use with the water? I said, nothing.
Oh,
they was like, Junior, you can't just, they called me Junior. That was my nickname.
Yeah.
Junior, you can't just dry shave.
Dry shaving.
They had a ball. They was on the floor dying, laughing, man. I come to, now again, if you ever do something silly in the fire station, the whole department is going to know by the end of night. I go to ALS class, I go to intermediate class, and Roy Jimerson and Little Renner and all these people I got like 30 cans of shaving cream waiting for me at my desk. Because these guys wanted to be jerks and let everybody know. Yeah. I was young and I didn't know. I never shaved before.
Well, you didn't know apparently how to cook either. Remember the hash browns?
Tell me. I don't remember the hash browns.
We said, Tim, we were trying to make hash browns. He said, all we got is tater tots. We said we can just smash them. You were trying to smash a frozen tater tot with a damn cast iron frying pan. And me and Don walked in and said, the hell is he doing trying to smash? You had a lot to learn. Then again, you got your relief driver there with the booster seat.
Oh, my God.
I still got pictures of the booster seat.
Jerks again, man. So I went to get my relief driver. First of all, they pressured me into getting my relief driver.
We had a web page.
They had a Juniors Learning How to Drive on Facebook. They had a whole page, and they would take pictures of the booster seat on the truck and post it on Facebook. Yeah. And they had people comment, "Good job, good job, Junior, way to go." They're like, they're showing my progress. Now, one of my weaknesses as a driver was I was terrible at directions. Like, not like. If we went to the same place all the time, I knew how to get there. Like, but like just learning streets, just random streets. Like, I could look at a street on paper 1,000,000 times, and then when I get driving, I don't know where that street's at. I was just terrible at it. Common runs, aced it. Things that I just saw on paper, I couldn't do. So we'd go out driving on the streets, man, and like it was just pure comedy those years.
It was
just me learning the relief driver, and then them yelling at me, "Where you going, Junior? You just passed the street." And Captain Shazer was one of those people that learned by fire.
Yes.
So it's like he would. And to this day, I'm still like, I can't look at a street on paper. I don't care how many times I look at it. I'm not going to know where that street's at. Like it's gotta be something that I drive constantly to remember it. But with that being said, Captain Shazer would like. he's the type of person. This is where I get it from. Like he would let you struggle. He wasn't going to let you help you out. He was like, yo, you either sink or swim. Like so, we'll be driving to a non-emergent call, or he'll be like, take me to this street, and he would let me drive all over the district until I found a street. And that's how. And Brian and Kelly Mack and Russell were the same way. Because Brian, when I got my ALS, man, it won't know like let's warm up. You learn how to do this. They just put me in with critical patients. Yo, what you got to do?
Go, Tim.
The only way you learn is gonna learn by fire. You gotta get your hands on. And I mean, I am forever thankful for that because like I became, I feel like really good at EMS.
You did.
I became really good at EMS just because it was like trial by error, man. It was just like, yo, just go. What did you do wrong?
I'm not gonna let you kill anybody.
Yeah,
but
they were there. They weren't gonna let me kill anybody, but they would let me, learn how to do patient assessment, communicate with the patient, get vital information, and that's what's really important for as a driver. Just mentoring this young firefighter, I think that's very important. Because sometimes
you gotta let them fail.
Sometimes you want to step in and intervene, and you really, for me, I found that letting the person figure it out is often the best tool because they learn from it. They learn, and they if you correct them every time, they never make that mistake, or they never see where that course of action could go. So you gotta let them see the course of action. And again, they're not gonna let anything critical happen, but there's just like, yo, let them struggle to get it. Let them figure out. Like, let them struggle to get the IV. If it's a hard IV, let them try again. Hey. The only way he's gonna get it is learn how to do it. And so we started a lot of IVs. We pumped on a lot of chests, man. And this is when you could really do ALS because EMS was a while before.
They were wild, yeah.
So we were in a lot of critical situations. I remember one time, and you were so good because you had all these years of EMS. Like it never sees them. You're like Rain Man. Like you could just look at the patient and be like, oh, this was wrong with this patient. Oh, this is what, like the patient could say one word or describe one thing.
You just called me Rain Man. Dude.
I mean.
Okay.
Respectfully.
My wife would not disagree with you, okay?
But you were really good. You were really good. You and the Chicos and the Dave Mangums, all you guys that worked EMS, like y'all just, because you ran EMS so much, you automatically knew what the patient was wrong with the patient.
Right.
Like 99% of the time. Like you just look at the patient like, oh, this is what it is. Or if I'll be assessing the patient and you just hand me something. I'm like, how you know who's gonna need that? Because I can hear it. Or I can hear it. I can hear the rails. I can hear this. I knew this was going. So you were really good at that. But I felt like I got to the point where I was really good at EMS as well. And we were. I feel like we had a dynamic duo.
We did. Dynamic. All right.
It took some time to talk you to promoting, right?
Yes.
Because who wants to leave a good crew?
I don't.
And a lot of times, for those who are interested, that becomes you get to a point where you have to make a decision. Like you get, whether you're on a really good truck and you don't want to leave, or whether you have a really good crew and you don't want to leave them, you have to make a decision. Do I want to promote up, or do I want to stay comfortable where I'm at? And it came time for you and Kelly to promote up.
Yeah.
And y'all had to make a decision, and y'all ended up going up. How hard was that decision? And what ultimately led to you deciding to do it? Money.
Not money.
No, I'm joking.
No.
Oh.
I may hurt feelings here. I'm not going to call any names. But there were people who were riding captain that shouldn't have been, in my opinion. And I was going, wow, okay. I said, I don't want to answer to them. And I said, so, and again, it was time. I mean, you can't stay a driver forever. Although I loved it and had the best crew. So again, I put in for it, got it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times.
But, when people are roved out or roved in to ride captain and you weren't driving, I mean, I was relief driver at the time or whatever. I was going, wow.
I could do this.
Yeah, I said.
A lot of times, it may not be necessarily that it's not, maybe the person's not necessarily not the best at the job, but it could be like, man, I remember when this person came in. Like I taught this person. Now you're just seeing all these people who you help train or you help see, and you're just like, man, like I got to make a move, man. Like all these people are
exactly. I need some days off. I need to move up the cabin.
So you made that move, which was a hard move, man. Where did you go? You said you went to 13?
Yeah.
Hazmat. With Don Gross over there.
Oh yeah.
How was that? You were big on TRT. USAR. You know. Did you do ConAgra?
Yeah, ConAgra, yes.
You was ConAgra? So you had been to USAR deployments, been to
and
TRT all
and like
years.
Slim Jim since.
ConAgra in West Garner. It's now, I believe, the Amazon warehouse now. But ConAgra used to sit in that building. One of the major deployments we went on at Station 7 with USAR was the plant. There was a plant explosion. Couple victims from that.
Mm-hmm.
I had been working my magic, trying to get logistics to put us in there or whoever was running at the command post, and we got to go inside. Now when we went inside, I wasn't expect to see all these Slim Jims everywhere. Slim Jims everywhere. At the point, I don't know what ConAgra was, but Slim Jims were everywhere. I think Slim Jims for a while, and that's what Brian was just saying. He said he hasn't Slim Jims since
Don't eat them now.
I rock with Slim Jims. I still eat them now.
I don't eat them.
For a while, it was a very chaotic scene with Slim Jims. I never just Slim Jims everywhere.
Yeah, it was.
You picking them up. You pick them up.
Carts walking on.
Walking all over Slim Jims.
Slim Jims.
But you transitioned back to from that, like TRT doing that, to now Hazmat.
Right, and at the time, I was teaching radioactive stuff. I started teaching chemical biological.
You went to New Mexico or something?
New Mexico, Socorro. I got my instructor for radiation and the suicide bombers, so I was teaching that too.
Okay.
So I was teaching bombing classes. I was teaching radiation stuff, hazmat, doing it, and ended up with Tyler again at the same time. But we went 13 hours hazmat for a while, and then where did I go from there? I don't even remember.
What did you like more, hazmat or rescue?
Rescue.
So how was it for you to transition from driver to captain? Was it a major difference? And
Yeah.
as a captain, what's some things that you look for in your people? What is something that you tell your people first day?
Know your truck. That's your baby. Take care of the truck. Trucks take care of you. Look after the truck. Look after your crew. They're going to take care of you. And it's all about teamwork and trust. And, I had a good crew when I came to 9. I mean, I had Dan the Man Burton was my driver, and he requested to come to me. I said, yeah, I'll take him in a heartbeat.
Oh, that's right before you retired, right? That's your.
I got moved to AVRAC when I retired.
Okay. But before that, you was at 9.
I was at
so
9.
You're back at USAR station. Mm-hmm. You had Dan Burton. Who else you have?
Who did I have? I had a rotation. Dan was my man.
Dan the man.
And then Emily came out for a while, and then I got to 8. Emily moved up to captain there.
Okay.
And I was at 8, and then I had to retire.
When did you find, okay, so we're going to go back a little bit. When did you finally, I know at 7, I could see signs of you getting burned out, or you being tired.
Tired, boss.
You've been doing it. How did you decide to transition out of EMS and just retire from that aspect of it? And then transition that into, how did you know it was time to retire from fire?
Okay. EMS, I was just getting burnt out. And I realized it, so I stepped away, okay? I said, quit working part-time EMS, quit doing that. Took a job part-time at several states, something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Stacking shit, okay, that's different. And actually, who taught me that was Captain Jacobs, old school. Do you know what he did part-time?
No.
He quit doing a paramedic. To the day he retired, you know what he did part-time? Worked at a grocery store stocking shelves.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he said it was completely different. He stocked.
Yeah,
He'd stock at night.
That is.
He'd stock at night. It was something different.
You're doing something different, so it's a little more enjoyable, right?
Yes.
So
he was stocking shelves.
So you quit doing EMS. You started working at southern states was similar to like what's that joint by my house?
Track Supply.
Tractor Supply, similar to that. Right? All right. Now, how did you decide to transition out of fire?
That decision was not me. All right, don't
Oh,
forget.
yeah.
Don't
Oh,
forget.
you were my captain at 10.
Don't forget, I had a heart attack.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
He was my captain at 10.
All right, let's back up. Around early 2000s, donating blood at the fire department. And after I donated blood, I ended up getting a blood clot in my arm. Went all the way around. I caught it. I said, got a blood clot. I said, so I called the fire department doctor, and he said, don't go here because of the ER. Come to find out, I had a blood clot in my arm up. And the way to keep working at the time was to take Lovenox shots twice a day in the belly. It was a blood thinner. If you're on Lovenox, you could still be a firefighter because you could take it just 12 hours. So I took shots twice a day in my belly for like a year. Came back to work. Okay, figured I had a clot disorder. Then I'm at home one day, years later, have a heart attack.
This is when you were at 10.
Yeah.
Because I remember you leaving work. I remember,
And
I was your driver at that point.
And I say this. Then I was at home. I was off, and I'm not going to tell the story because it's being videotaped. But the story about when I had the heart attack, what I say was doing is actually on the medical record over there. But anyway, had the heart attack. Told wife having chest pain. Let's go. And called Chief Hall and texted you, told you what was going on, and he was first, you second to the hospital right there to check on me.
Yeah, man.
I was fine.
Yeah, had to check on my captain.
Then again, you also got me out of a date one time. Remember that?
Okay,
Do you remember when I said Tim called me in 15 minutes, said we got a deployment?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was on a date and she was not what she projected herself to be. Tim, call me in 10 minutes. We got to get out of here. Help a brother out. So you called me and said we had a deployment.
Oh, good old bailout story.
Yeah.
Hey. So yeah, man. So you had this
Heart attack. Came back.
Came back to work, right?
Was able to come back.
I didn't think he was gonna come back.
A lot of people didn't.
Based off what the doctor said when I was there.
Yeah, but I remember I'd already had a spinal fusion too at the time.
Yeah.
Came back for that.
Okay.
I kept coming back like a bad dream, you know.
Can't kill this man.
And
You
keep
can't
coming
get rid
back.
of him. He's still here.
Keep coming back.
Yeah.
Then I was back and got another blood clot. And so you've got to go on blood thinners. So I had to retire when I went on the blood thinners.
So it wasn't necessarily a choice. It was
No, I wanted to do 4 more years.
Okay.
I wanted to do 4 more.
Well, listen. Now,
But was I getting burnt out? Yeah. It's a young man's game.
Young man's game.
And I'd been doing this, you got to understand, at this point, I've been doing it right at 36 years.
36 years.
Tired getting up at night.
It's time to get him out of here. Time to get him out of here.
Tired.
Listen,
So
we've been telling stories. I didn't even touch on a bunch of stories, like what time you try to quit smoking or...
I'm still trying to do that.
Countless times I've been...
Tim, hide my cigarettes.
I've been yelled at, give me my cigarettes back.
You better give me a cigarette. We're going to fight right now.
But listen, we do because I want to keep us in a certain time.
Yes.
We're not going to touch on everything. But what I do want to ask you is a couple things. What's the biggest lesson you learned from the fire department?
Trust your coworkers who you trust. And what I mean by that is the friends you make, the people you trust will be lifetime people you trust. I know right now, talk to you the other night via text, but at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you're having a heart attack or not, I mean, be honest with you, Anita said, I didn't know who it was walking in there when you had the way you were dressed coming to see me at the hospital. She said, I didn't know who this guy was coming to see you. It was Tim. You were there.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah,
Don Chazo would be here and vice versa.
Yeah.
Dan the man, whatever you need, I'm there for a heartbeat. And those people, what happens is you build when you're put in these stressful situations and you live with somebody at these stations, a bond grows, and those are your people.
You really
That's
become
your
a,
family.
You really become a family.
That's your
You-
family.
Outside of work, you really become a family.
I mean,
It makes it
family
easier
is
when
family.
you like the Human Torch on a fire on a porch.
Yes.
You can trust that your guy got your back. Open up the
Fog!
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 It's
Damn it.
open, Brian. It's open.
Damn, Tim, I'm on fire.
My
Fog!
man was
I was on fire.
Human Torch covered in fire. We open this door, flash over backdraft, whatever you want to call it. My man was covered in flames,
I was.
and I was on the nozzle, and I was doing everything I can to spray water on this fire.
He was straight streaming trying to knock me off the porch.
I was trying to put you out, man.
Fog.
My man was on fire, and all he could say was, "Open a nozzle."
Fog.
It is open, Brian. Fog. Come
Fog.
to your fog.
Fog.
That was hilarious.
You trying to blow me off the porch.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So trust your coworkers, your people, right? Grow that bond. Do you have any regrets from the fire service?
Not really. I wish I could have done a little bit longer. Wish I could have gone out more on my terms than.
Because I was just about to ask you, what's one thing you wish you could do different?
Went out on my terms. I wish I really could have, because I was already looking at retiring in a couple of years anyway. It was just kind of, my hand got forced. And medically. But, I still use the knowledge I have now. Like I said, I'm assist with teaching the large animal rescue stuff. I get to travel doing that too. Still using technical rescue, doing that. And, enjoy your time while you're here. I mean, it's the best job in the world. Everybody says it, but it really is the best job in the world. People got your back. Not everybody has your back, but most people do here.
That's every job.
That's every job.
It's not
every job.
You have your ups and downs in every job, but this is truly the best career.
It is. And I love seeing people like you grow from teaching you how to shave, teaching you how to drive a fire truck, teaching you all this, and then I look at where people are at now.
Yeah.
And, I'm retired, but I keep track on Facebook. Wow, he got promoted. Damn, I remember who's this person who got promoted? I don't even know them.
Yeah.
I mean, years fly by.
Years do fly by.
Fly by.
What is some advice you would give to someone new into the fire service or looking to get in the fire service?
Always learn. Things change. Get the education early, because when for example, to move up now, you have to have degrees to move up. You have to get it early before you had the kids and all that. Okay, while you're young, you got the energy, because you get older, it's a little bit tough. And never stop learning. And everybody can teach you something. Everybody that you meet, be it here on the street, be it from another agency, pay attention and learn. You can learn from everybody.
That's right. Hey, listen, man. That's pretty much all the questions I have. We done told stories, so I don't even think we gotta get into. I will ask you this: did you have any close calls? Like, was there ever a close call on the job that you can think of that just stands out to you?
Oh, I can tell you, I've had several close calls. Fires. I've been knocked downstairs twice. And that's not a fun experience, because I was at top of the stairs and the roof collapsed. And it hit, and it just rolled, and it sounded like just going down wood steps, wearing an air pack, ka-ting, 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 ka-ting. I'll never forget my captain going, "What in the are you doing this?" Falling down, Captain.
The roof collapsed.
It collapsed.
You on the second story?
I was just hit the second story, collapsed, knocked me all the way back down the stairs.
Oh, man.
And if I had been 2 feet further, I'd have been pinned.
Oh man.
And that one, like I said,
Was it in the attic? What caused it to?
it was the roof. It was in the attic. The whole roof was burning.
Okay.
And we had just gotten up the line, and the whole roof collapsed, hit. Downstairs we went. And that, and you know, being on fire and waiting for Junior to put you out. But
that was close. But the turnout gear works.
The turnout gear
Always
works.
Listen, guys and gals, wear your proper turnout gear. Because if Brian wouldn't have been properly dressed, he would have been cooked. I promise you, he would have been cooked that day. Hey, luckily had his gloves on, the Nomex hood. Always wear your proper gear. That is a PSA.
That's it.
PSA. Hey man, I appreciate you coming out, man. Patrick, you have any final
Thank
words?
you, Patrick.
Or a question for Brian?
Yeah, I've got a question from the last guest. This was from LC. LC asks, the wrong one. LC asks, what was your favorite assignment and why?
Station 7. Me, Tim.
Again?
Station 7. It was the people and the diversity of the crew and the district and our capabilities. And it was a family. We could do, again, water, we could do fire, we could do trench. We did everything at 7. Extrication, we could be a ladder truck, we could be an engine.
Yeah.
And the crew, we all trained and we all thought that way.
Rest home Rocky. Can never rest home Rocky.
That's it. That's it. But there was nothing you could put in us that we could not handle.
Yeah.
I feel like.
That was I agree. That was definitely the best crew I had. Again, I still stand by Rescue 1, my favorite truck to ride, but crew wise, Station 7 was
Station
amazing.
7.
Yeah, man. Listen, I appreciate you coming out, spending time, my friend. As always, you know, it's always great to see you.
You better interview me before I forget them, so that's why, you know.
How long have you been out of the fire service? Since
3 years.
3 years. 3 years.
Yeah, you know, and again, it's enjoy life, live it up. I mean,
Are you enjoy your retirement?
Except for my knees, yes. I mean, I went on who the hell goes on a cruise and has a stroke? Me. I went to Antarctica and had a stroke while I was on a cruise.
Why would you go to Antarctica?
Because I couldn't climb Kilimanjaro. My cardiologist said no. I had it scheduled.
Seems legit.
I was going to do it. He said, dude, they got to climb Kilimanjaro. I said, fine, I'll go to Antarctica.
Oh, man.
And then when I'm down there, it was guys of firefighter here. It was driving the sub.
Really?
Oh, what's his name? Can't even think of his name now. But yeah, I taught his academy.
I
Steve
remember.
Quigley.
That's who it is. Exactly.
Steve Quigley
Yep.
was driving the sub down there.
Look,
In Antarctica, of all places.
DFD is everywhere, man.
We everywhere.
Outside of DFD, wherever you go, no matter what, if you have a fire department shirt on, something that indicates you're in the fire department, you're going to run into another firefighter, and they're going to buy you a couple rounds or whatever, or food. They're going to treat you like family. That's
we're
I tell people
everywhere.
all the time. You always got someone, a brother or sister, in this wherever you go. So
Everywhere.
there we go. Yeah, I appreciate
enjoyed
it,
it.
friend. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Always great to talk to you. As always, like, follow, subscribe, comment, wherever it is, share it with other people. The legendary Bryan Leroy Perry. Patrick, any final words, man?
I had a good time listening to y'all today. You guys promised some good stories, and I think we got some. This was a funny episode. Appreciate you coming on, Brian.
My pleasure. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, man. Until the next time, this is Bull City Bravest, and I'm out.